of talk of World Series expectations. Tonight, the Cubs are set to begin a season they believe will alter their history, and it all begins inside Angel Stadium as they take on the Angels of Anaheim. Welcome to baseball on ABC 7. I am your hostess, Dion Miller. The Cubs spent the offseason improving on a club that won 97 games, made a run to the NLCS, all under the direction of the reigning NL Manager of the Year in Joe Maddon, behind the Rookie of the Year in Chris Bryant, and of course, the NL Cy Young Award winner in Jake Arrieta, who makes his start tonight to open the season, trying to build off an unheard of second half when he went 12-1, carried a minuscule .75 ERA. No surprise he gets the opening night start for a season the Cubs believe will be magic. Time to welcome in the guys who will call tonight's game, Len Kasper and Jim Deshaies. Happy New Year to you both. Guys, the Cubs are fully aware that Arrieta pitched more innings than he ever had last season. They said they're going to alter his workload a little bit. Will we see some of that on opening night?
It's possible, although if he's efficient with his pitch count, he definitely could go 9. Happy opening night to you, Dion. In our Honda pitching matchup, JD, stuff-wise, as good as it gets.
Well, you expect to see two top-flight pitchers going on opening day. That certainly is the case here tonight. Two extreme, hard-throwing right-handers. Jake Arrieta, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, with that 1.77 ERA. He was 13-1 with a 1.60 ERA on the road last year. And the last time he pitched in Southern California, he no-hit the Los Angeles Dodgers. Richard's a good one, too. He could touch 99 with that heater. He won 15 ball games for the Halos last year.
Make sure you get amazing deals at the Honda Dream Garage sales event at your local Honda dealer. Just minutes away from the first pitch. Back to you, Dion.
All right, guys, thanks. You look very good in those ABC 7 jackets. How did I not get one? We got to get on that before the season gets too far going. Thanks so much, guys. Looking forward to the call for sure. Plenty of energy. Cubs fans almost floated into the stadium, so excited about getting this season going and making it count for real, and they're not the only ones.
Hey, this is Jeff Garland. You're watching the Cubs here on ABC with Len Kasper, and it's the home of the Goldbergs. It's all working out perfectly. World Series!
Shabana Creek RV in Atkinson, Illinois also sells new motorhomes like this beautiful 2016 Bounder 36E. 36-foot long, 2 slide-outs, luxury appointments throughout the entire coach, and a paint job better than any Lexus I've ever seen. Like this 2016 Four Winds 35-foot Class C motorhome with a Ford F550 chassis and the 6.7-liter turbo diesel Ford engine. It'll tow 10,000 pounds, and it's just awesome. Shabana Creek RV, Atkinson, Illinois.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, we're on the adventure of a lifetime, and we need something that can keep up.
Well, the RAV4 is tech-savvy, has an NHTSA 5-star overall safety rating, and plenty of cargo space for your gear so you'll be ready for anything. Now, what kind of adventure are we talking about?
You're looking at him.
Aw, double trouble.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on the all-new 2016 RAV4. Hurry in today. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Chicago Cubs 2016 season continues as the Atlanta Braves visit the friendly confines. April 30th, exclusively on the Quad Cities CW. How I Met Your Mother. Weekdays at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. By Keller Graduate School of Management, learn loud. By State Farm, find an agent at statefarm.com. By Honda, get amazing deals at the Honda Dream Garage sales event now at your Honda dealer. And by Southwest, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide.
Welcome back to Anaheim. Cubs and Angels getting set to open the 2016 season. Second year for manager Joe Maddon. He is the leader of this team, but quick to say this is a group full of leaders motivated from within to win now. Here's the Cubs skipper on our Keller Graduate School of Management, leaders of the game.
People talk about players as being leaders, leaders on a team just because they've had good numbers on the back of their baseball card. That could be the farthest, probably the farthest thing from the truth in a lot of situations. They've talked about David Ross. David Ross is a backup catcher that's going to play once every 5 days, and is truly the leader on this ball club. So that tells you a lot about his personality and what he's got going on inside, because he's contagious to everybody from the outside looking in.
Maddon admitted butterflies tonight as we head into a star-studded opening game. Rizzo, Mike Thru, Chris Bryant, Albert Pujols, they are ready. Are you? Cubs baseball coming your way next, right here on ABC.
It's in the smallest details. The answer. How can Husqvarna Zero Turn be precise, maneuverable, and highly productive? It's all in those small, engineered details.
Johnson, do you remember what your lawn looked like last year? Because I sure do. But don't worry, guys. I know what you need. Check this out.
Tonight's HD broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience television. The Cubs open their 141st National League campaign. The Angels are 56th in the American League. This is the first time ever the Cubs are playing an opener against the AL. We'll get you their lineup here in a second as Dexter Fowler stands in against Garrett Richards, making his first career opening day start. And we are underway, 97 with some sink for ball one.
Yeah, it figures to be a tough day for the pitcher, or the hitters, excuse me. Quality guys on the mound for both of these teams. As I mentioned in our pregame, Richards can get to 99 with that fastball.
That is a fair ball. Dexter Fowler leading off the season with a double. Great start, and there are a lot of Cub fans here in Southern California rooting them on tonight.
Yeah, a lot of energy in the ballpark, obviously, and big ovations for these Cub players when they were announced pregame. That time Fowler able to drop the head on that inside fastball. Sneak it by Crone down into the right field corner for 2 bases. A run would be good. The Cubs have been shut out on opening day the last 2 seasons.
Now Jason Heyward making his Cubs debut. Signed an 8-year free agent contract. Former Brave and Cardinal. And he chops one up the middle. That'll be Andrelton Simmons, his former Atlanta teammate. And he throws out Heyward. Fowler's at third with 1 out. And the weather at the first pitch is brought to you by 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons. 75, win not a factor, ideal.
Yeah, so if you're back in Chicago, don't look out your windows. Just look at your television screen.
Another free agent signing, Ben Zobrist, 34-year-old switch hitter. And a swing and a miss. That's the changeup, JD, the new wrinkle in his repertoire.
That could be next level stuff for Garrett Richards. He's got the power arm, he's got a hard breaking ball, but the changeup is a pitch that he really didn't have in his repertoire, but he worked on it this winter, this offseason, and then to get in spring training, he's gained confidence in it. It's, he throws it hard. It's 92 miles an hour, but it is 6 or 7 miles an hour off his heater.
0-2, 99 on the fastball that time.
Yeah, there's some adrenaline pumping for Richards here tonight. Big guy, 6'3", 210. 27 years of age, out of the University of Oklahoma, and he, like Jake Arrieta, a bit of a late bloomer. He finished his college career at Oklahoma with an ERA above 6. battled control problems early in his career.
And he got him, so contact was needed, but a nasty pitch to get him. And let's check out the rest of the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Southwest transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. You just saw Zobrist. Here comes Anthony Rizzo, then Chris Bryant, who will hit third on occasion, Kyle Schwarber in left, Jorge Soler is the DH, Miguel Montero and Addison Russell 8 and 9. Infield back with 2 outs. And that's inside for a ball. What a year Anthony had last year. Finished 4th in the NL MVP voting. 31 home runs. He knocked in 101.
This is really a battle of wills here. Richards likes to come in with that cut fastball on left-handed hitters, and Rizzo loves to crowd the plate.
This has played as a pitcher's park. It's 396 to center. Foul line's very reachable. And a ground ball base hit. Cubs lead 1-0. Anthony Rizzo drives in Dexter Fowler. We said that a lot last year, didn't we?
That's the way to cash in that leadoff double. Big 2-out knock for Rizzo, so the Cubs do indeed score in the first inning after being shut out on opening day of the last 2 seasons. 2-seam fastball, I believe. Simmons covers a lot of ground out there, but he wasn't going to get that one.
Chris Bryant, last year's Rookie of the Year. Inside, ball 1. These 2 teams played an exhibition game in this park yesterday. Rizzo, Bryant, Russell all homered. Talking with Anthony today, he kind of liked the idea of getting used to an unfamiliar ballpark the night before, or the day before opening day. Swing and a miss.
Good downward breaking slider there from Richards. Chris Bryant swings and misses a lot, but obviously when he makes contact, it goes a long way. He's worked on his swing this offseason, a little tweak, trying to stay in the zone a little longer. There are a lot of relief pitchers in Major League Baseball that frequently, hit or sit around 97, 98 miles an hour, but not many starters are able to throw that hard, throughout an outing. That's not the case with Richards. He'll go 97, 98 and stay there.
Down by Carlos Perez, a catcher. Richards actually was born in nearby Riverside, California, and grew up rooting for the Angels. When he was 8, his family moved to Oklahoma, and he still has a lot of extended family here in Southern California. Already working up a pretty good sweat here in the first inning.
Yeah, that will be the challenge, just to kind of slow things down, control the heart rate. 15-12 last year, was actually better the year before. Had an ERA about a run better in 2014, a season that was cut short due to a knee injury.
And he strikes out Bryant. And that'll end the inning, but the Cubs strike first for Jake Arrieta, who will take the ball next.
Man, I might just chill tonight.
Puppy monkey baby. 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 Puppy monkey baby.
Mountain Dew Kickstart. Dew, juice, caffeine.
So what's going on?
Possible flu outbreak.
I've seen smallpox scares, SARS panic, West Nile. I've never seen anything like this virus before. This is now a matter of national security, placing the city under complete quarantine.
Dear God, I hope you got the letter.
I don't know how this world works in here.
You can make it better down.
We drew a line through the city, tore families apart. But do we really know what's going on?
They're deliberately hiding the truth from people.
They lied about it being bioterrorism. They sure as hell are lying when they say everything's okay in here.
I can't let you through there. My girl is in there. So is mine.
Containment begins April 19th on the Quad Cities CW.
Feel the need for speed? Take the iWireless 4G LTE test drive. Get 2 free weeks of the fastest network in Iowa with no obligation. Then get 30 days of nationwide unlimited 4G LTE data, talk, and text for just $50. Family of 4 is only $120. Visit an iWireless store today to start your free test drive.
Well, the table setter got on and got in on the Rizzo 2-out hit. Now the Angels Southwest starting lineup. Southwest, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Escobar, their new leadoff hitter, and third baseman Daniel Nava will platoon with Craig Gentry in left. Trout, you don't platoon with him ever. Pujols, Calhoun, C.J. Crones at first. Andrelton, Simmons at short. The catcher Perez with Johnny Giavotella at second. And here is Escobar, who hit .450 in spring training. But we erase all those numbers now. Start over as Jake Arrieta bounces one up there for ball one. This is Arrieta's second career opening day start, 2012 with Baltimore, the first. You referenced his road numbers in our pregame. He lost one time on the road in the regular season last year, and it was in May in St. Louis against John Lackey. That was it.
There's so many ways to break down Jake Arrieta's year last year and just marvel at the numbers. The road record, certainly one of them. 13-1 with a 1.60 ERA and 18 road starts.
Back to Jake, and one away.
Well, Jake handled that one, but presumably he'll need help before the night is over. So let's check out the Cubs defensively. It's brought to you by Chevrolet. You see Kyle Schwarber getting the start in left, Fowler in center, the Gold Glover Jason Heyward in right, Bryant Russell, Zobrist Rizzo third to first, Miguel Montero is behind the plate. The Cubs defense brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. Well, there's a pretty good recipe for a Cy Young Award right there. 22-6 with a 177. Big strikeout numbers.
Outside ball one to the switch hitting Daniel Nava.
I wonder if some point this past offseason, Jake sat up one night and said, did that really happen? Because I think he just got so locked into his own. I don't think there was a whole lot of reflection going on. He was just, rolling down those tracks, just steamrolling everybody.
Here's his 1-1. High in the air, pretty well hit, but it's going to stay in the park as Fowler's underneath. 2 outs. Hey, Cub fans, let's go. The 2016 season is underway. Show your support of Cubs baseball from the beginning. Tickets are still available for the opening week at Wrigley Field against the Reds and Rockies. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com. This is a 6-game road trip. 2 here, an off day Wednesday, and then 4 in Arizona. Okay, I got to say it right now. Mike Trout, each of the last 2 seasons, has homered in his first at bat, both off Felix Hernandez. Yikes.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, this fella.
And he lines to Zobrist to end the inning. Angels go 1, 2, 3.
Every diamond is unique. Like a new relationship, it starts out raw. But after time, hard work and polishing, it becomes something to be treasured. Every diamond has a story. Let the diamond experts at Necker's Jewelers help make this one yours.
Shabana Creek RV in Atkinson, Illinois. We are the largest motorhome dealer north of Atlanta, Georgia. Like this 2008 Bounder 35E, the #1 selling floor plan in North America, sold new for $130,000, priced now at $79,995. Or like this 2007 Georgie Boy Pursuit 34-foot 2 slide outs, sold new for almost $100,000, priced now at $49,995 and only $399 a month. Shabana Creek RV, Atkinson, Illinois.
Oh, let's go. That's pretty sweet. The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
This is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in my life.
Western Illinois University allows you to think for yourself and to discover the freedom to become your own.
Own it at Western. Build your own expectations and fill your own shoes.
Explore an academic culture that adapts to you.
Create yourself and inspire originality in an open and safe environment.
Western Illinois University lets you make your own success story.
Think purple.
Think success.
Think Western Illinois University.
Like a diamond, the story of your love is timeless. This isn't just a diamond for her. This diamond is for generations to come. When they look down, they'll be reminded of the love story that started it all. Let us help you tell your story. Necker's Jewelers. Give to the one you love.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Len and JD and our ABC 7 crew. Opening night from Anaheim. Cubs lead 1-0 as we get into the second inning. This is the first time the Cubs have opened a season in California since 1984. Kyle Schwarber looks at ball 1.
So if you had Anthony Rizzo in your office pool, who's going to drive in the first run for the Cubs this year, you're a winner. And now who's going to hit the first long ball? Here's the candidate. He's my pick.
Mostly will play left. Plan is that he'll catch Jason Hamill to start the season. And he waits on a 1-1.
I think what you may see from some of the Cubs left-handed hitters, I think it just saw a little bit there from Kyle, just subtly moving away from the plate a little bit, trying to get ready for that cut fastball. Of course, pitcher catcher recognize that. They can work the outside part of the plate and catch you leaning a little bit.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Man, that was nasty. Let's check in with the Angels defensively now. It's brought to you by Comcast Business. Nava, he'll platoon out in left. Mike Trout in center. Calhoun, a Gold Glove winner last year, in right. Escobar and Simmons on the left side of the infield. Simmons maybe the best in the business. Giovitella and Crone on the right side. Perez, the youngster, solid behind the plate. And Richards is on the mound. Comcast Business, built for business. There's the Angels on defense.
Jorge Soler's the DH. And will be a part-time player to start the season. The Angels will have a lefty, Andrew Heaney, tomorrow, so I imagine Soler will get the start again. Huge postseason. He reached base first 9 times he came to the plate. That was a major league record to start a postseason career. comes Richards on a 1-1.
Let's take a look at our Mercedes-Benz keys to the game here on opening day. Good vibrations. I referenced Arrieta and what he did against the Dodgers last year when he pitched in Southern California. Stay focused. A lot of pomp and circumstance here on opening day. And then patience. Richards, an elite pitcher for sure, but sometimes the command can get away from him a little bit. So maybe you can work some walks.
That should be an easy play for the pitcher, and it is. And Cub fans, check out the Cubs blog on ABC7.com. Brought to you by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide agent, serving the area for 37 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Here's Miguel Montero, second season with the Cubs. 15 homers last year. And a nice spring at the plate, hit .387. And took the ball the other way quite a bit.
Yeah, and he did that last year as well. Hit 7 of his home runs to the opposite field last year. And it just speaks to the depth of this Cub lineup that a guy with Montero's resume is in the 8-hole in this batting order.
Addison Russell on deck in the 9 spot. And the 0-2 misses. 1-2. Richards, 27 years old, 6'3", 210. 42nd overall pick, 2009. What a draft that was for the Angels. They had 5 of the top 48 picks that year. 24 and 25 in the first round. There's Mike Scioscia, longtime manager. Randall Grichuk, Mike Trout were their first 2 picks. Tyler Skaggs. And then Richards. Pretty good for a top 4.
Well, that many guys to the big leagues, and they're high upside guys. Trout, obviously, probably the best player in baseball. And this guy Richards, blossoming. He's on a lot of folks' short list for the American League Cy Young Award.
The 3-2 got him. 4 strikeouts for Richards. Cubs lead early, 1-0.
It's in the smallest details. The answer. How can Husqvarna Zero Turn be precise, maneuverable, and highly productive? It's all in those small, engineered details.
Feel the need for speed? Take the iWireless 4G LTE test drive. Get 2 free weeks of the fastest network in Iowa with no obligation. Then get 30 days of nationwide unlimited 4G LTE data, talk, and text for just $50. Family of 4 is only $120. Visit an iWireless store today to start your free test drive.
You of all people should know the dangers of getting between 2 siblings.
You will never beat me.
Johnny thinks I'm a traitor.
I know exactly what that Kevlar won't protect.
Time of death, 11:59.
Wednesday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
Amara is going to delete the universe.
Could call me God.
Supernatural, Wednesday on the Quad Cities CW.
Johnson, do you remember what your lawn looked like last year? Because I sure do. But don't worry, guys. I know what you need. Check this out.
Check out tonight's Comcast Business of Baseball. This place still means a lot to the Cubs manager. You see, he spent 31 years as a member of the Angels organization, including as a bench coach alongside manager Mike Scioscia. They're both Italian. They're both from the Philadelphia area, and they are definitely friends for life. Maddon, three-time manager of the year, twice with Tampa Bay, last year with the Cubs, is Albert Pujols. Foul strike.
The many phases of Joe Maddon, hardly recognizable in that one shot up above there, that two shot of he and Scioscia. Joe, he scouted, worked in player development, all those years managing at the minor league level. I mean, he learned the business from the ground up.
Pujols coming off foot surgery. So Mike Scioscia, this is his 17th consecutive season managing the Angels. That ties Sparky Anderson's 17-year tenure with Detroit, the second longest stint by an American League manager. You know what the rookie or the record is?
I do.
Connie Mack with the Philadelphia A's, 50 years. Line shot. Caught by Schwarber. So if Scioscia is still managing the Angels when he's 90, he can tie that record.
But he'd have to wear a suit and a fedora, and he'd also have to own the team like Connie Mack did. When you own the team, it's easier to stay employed.
Well, they had a weird year last year. Jerry DiPoto, the current Mariners GM, resigned mid-season. They missed the playoffs by 1 game. And I think the health of Pujols will certainly be key. He'll probably DH more this year than he ever has, as Cole Calhoun slices this one foul and out of play.
Yeah, most of the statistical analysis predictors figure the Angels to be, maybe a game or two better than 500. Most folks like the Astros and the Rangers and the AL. Well, you never know. I mean, I think a lot, the rotation depth, I think, is going to be an issue for them.
I mentioned Calhoun on a Gold Glove last year. Played 159 games.
#12th in the American League in runs scored last year. Yes, he did.
Takes stuff pretty crisp.
There's that slider. He loves to bury that down and in on left-handed hitters. They managed to hit 159 against him last year, lefty hitters.
There's the first Angels hit. So there will be no Southern California repeat for Arrieta, who no-hit the Dodgers late last year.
Treat your clients and guests to an all-inclusive suite experience this season at Wrigley Field on the Nuveen Investment Suite level. Businesses and individuals alike find suites to be the perfect private setting to host their guests. To book your premier experience at the ballpark, visit Cubs.com/premier.
This is C.J. Cron, first baseman. And he takes a strike. Cron, the 17th pick in the 2011 draft, 1 pick ahead of Sonny Gray. I guess had food poisoning.
Yeah, he was scratched from his start tonight.
Former Cub Rich Hill starting for the A's against the White Sox. And Chris Sale. And they are scoreless in the third.
I looked in the newspaper. That's one of the great things about the regular season. You look at box scores, you look at the probables, you kind of dig back into the baseball season. I thought I counted 8 former Cy Young Award winners pitching today around Major League Baseball.
Heyward and Fowler, and it'll be Jason Heyward for out number 2. And lots of fathers and sons in the ballpark tonight. This father-son moment brought to you by Sport Clips Haircuts. It's good to be a guy. Angels fans in red, but we see a fair amount of Cubs blue too. Now Simmons. Billy Epler, the new general manager, his first move was to acquire Simmons from Atlanta.
Yeah, one of the premier defenders in all of baseball. 265 hitter last year, hit 4 home runs. You know, a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, he hit 17 home runs for the Braves. I don't know where that went, but he hasn't come close in the last couple of seasons to matching that.
Good fastball for a strike, 0-2.
That ballpark in Atlanta will suppress power. This one, too. Big yard. Ball carries better here in the daytime than it does at night.
Called strike 3, gave him the outside corner. That's Ted Barrett behind the plate tonight. 1-0 Cubs after 2.
Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware has multiple services to help you. From key cutting, pipe cutting and threading, sharpening services, paint mixing, and lamp repair. Services beyond the ordinary at Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware in Davenport.
Because farm is in our name, you know we're animal experts, especially when it comes to your pet. With high-quality foods like Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs, including Bright Mind with brain-supporting nutrition for cognitive health, as well as a variety of formulas to meet your dog or cat's unique traits and preferences to give them outstanding nutrition. Our history here made us animal experts, so you know you'll get genuine value here. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's face it, it can be hard to find a qualified mechanic you can trust, but look no further. At Chuck's Auto Service, our staff of professionals use state-of-the-art diagnostics to quickly identify and resolve any potential problems. More than that, we believe in preventive maintenance to keep your car running at peak performance, and that saves you money. Our computerized check-in system keeps a complete history of work performed and even sends you messages to keep you in the loop, too. Tires, brakes, oil changes, engine repair, and more. Trust your vehicle to Chuck's Auto Service in Rock Island, your computerized automotive specialist.
Monday, April 11th.
I'm not sleeping with Greg.
It's the final episode before the season finale.
If you're getting your butterfly smashed, I am all for it.
Nobody is smashing my butterfly.
Oh, do it, Greg. Smash my butterfly.
What? Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
All new, April 11th on the Quad Cities CW. Seinfeld. Weeknights at 5 on the Quad Cities CW.
Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware has over 70 years of knowledge and can help you with all of your window needs. We can repair windows, screens, and thermopane windows. Services beyond the ordinary at Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware in Davenport.
Barbecue lunch specials daily, 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at Famous Dave's.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Disney's new movie, The Jungle Book. The legend comes to life in theaters everywhere April 15th.
It's the one with Baloo, right? The singing bear?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Addison Russell takes a strike. 97. Well, I haven't seen it yet. I'll tell you after I see it. Russell hit 6 homers in spring training, leading the team.
Yeah, I was looking at this Cub lineup earlier today, and, you know, every single one of these guys either has or is certainly capable of putting 20 home runs on the board over the course of the season. Opposing pitchers are going to lose sleep the night before they face his club.
Angels have 3 infielders between second and third, and that's high. When you watch Richards, I mean, early, the stuff is just off the charts, and then you realize that he never had an ERA under 6 in college.
Yeah, you know, his delivery was all over the place. He had a hard time finding a consistent arm slot. He was just trying to overpower that ball.
Yeah, he admitted he was just kind of looking at that white little square and trying to throw the ball near it. (3-2) and he walked him. 0-2 to 4-2.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Check out our exciting model lineup at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer or visit MBUSA.com today.
One thing about Richards, he has led the majors in wild pitches each of the last 2 seasons, 39 combined. So that ball hits the dirt. You would imagine Cub base runners are ready to go. And look at the lead already for Russell. As Fowler looks at a strike.
And Richards, like Arrieta, a big right-hander, but whereas Arrieta has a hard time controlling the running game, that has not been an issue for Richards. I mean, he has the wild pitch issue of the ball in the dirt, but in terms of the running game, last year base stealers just 6 out of 11 against him. The kid behind the plate, Perez, really throws well. Also,
Fowler 2 for 2 as Russell will stop at second. 2 on, nobody out. Welcome back, Dexter Fowler.
Yeah, a little up above the belt fastball. That could be a tough pitch to handle. And Dexter, who missed some time late in spring training, with a little side strain, back healthy and swinging it well here tonight.
Two on, nobody out. The pitch to Heyward is a strike. Crew chief gets opening day. That's Ted Barrett, Angel Hernandez, Lance Barksdale, and Will Little. First to third. Replay review in effect. Cut and a miss. 0-2. Two teams will meet for a 2-game series at Wrigley Field in August. Knocked down by Perez. His backup is a former Cub, Giovanni Soto.
Heyward is a big man. I was talking to him in the clubhouse. He is huge. Big wide stance.
And he strikes out. 5 for Richards. And now Ben Zobrist. Well, he is all arms and legs coming at you, isn't he?
Yeah, he worked like Jake. He's a little bit across his body. I think he hides the ball well.
Zobrist struck out in the first. He's still, though, 6 for 12 against Richards in his career. Then grew up a Cardinal fan in Eureka, Illinois. He has converted a lot of family members to Cub fans. This could be 2, 4, 6-3, and just like that, the inning is over. Still 1-0 Cubs in the third.
It's in the smallest details. The answer: how can Husqvarna Zero Turn be precise, maneuverable, and highly productive? It's all in those small, engineered details.
Oh, let's go. That's pretty sweet.
The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
This is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in my life.
Hey, it's Kevin and Olivia from B100.
It's time for the latest flashback. Barry decides to travel back in time to get answers from the only person who can help him with the speed equation, Heyward Cubs.
During his time travel, he encounters a time wraith, causing him to arrive earlier than planned. When his past self confronts Hartley, Barry is still able to knock out his past self before going back and capturing Hartley.
Later, after the time wraith appears, Thawne figures out Barry is from the future. He abducts Barry, and after a back and forth, Thawne reluctantly agrees to help him.
Meanwhile, the time wraith attacks Star Labs, but the captured Hartley repels it with his sonic gloves.
Later, when the past Barry unexpectedly shows up, Barry confesses to the team that he is from the future.
Thawne gives Barry the information he wants just as the time wraith returns. Barry lures it back to the future, giving them time to figure out how to defeat it. When the device that Cisco uses doesn't work, a now changed for the good Hartley steps in to defeat the wraith.
All new episodes of The Flash return April 19th.
Brought to you by B100 and the Quad Cities CW.
Johnson, do you remember what your lawn looked like last year? Because I sure do. But don't worry, guys. I know what you need. Check this out.
Here's a look at the perfect pitch brought to you by Blue Moon.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, a no-hitter.
Artfully brewed with Valencia orange peel and a touch of coriander. Something's brewing. Jake Arrieta, the last time we were here in Southern California, no hit the Dodgers.
Ball got Utley swinging.
Well, golden opportunity for the Cubs to add on, but Richards got out of it. And a strikeout and a double play ball. So Arrieta facing Perez, Giovitella, and Escobar here in the Angels' third. Should mention Jake had a right thumb blister a couple of weeks ago, but was able to make his final spring start. Said the blister's gone, no problem. Whoop. 3-0.
Recalibrate? Nope. Just try to goose that one in there. Follow Cubs Baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day. Live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
Johnny Giovitella probably feels like he won the lottery, right? They acquire Andrelton Simmons. You're thinking, I can play with this guy.
Yeah.
Second year with the Angels. Came up with Kansas City. See, it's like for a play-by-play guy, it's all about his analyst. If you have a good analyst, it makes you sound better. So, second baseman, you'd love to have a great defensive shortstop.
Look at the guy with the Simmons range. You say, you get all this, and I'll take care of this little piece of the planet over here.
Right.
The Angels don't run much. At least they didn't last year. They might run a lot. Who knows? They probably come out and run all the time to warm up. But they don't steal bases very much. They were second to last in the American League in that department last year, and they were not very efficient. And they tried to go. But you might see him try to play a little hit and run with a guy like Giovitella.
See if they can turn it. Russell, Zobrist, safe. Just wasn't hit hard enough. The one wild card for the Angels is Ron Renicky, former Brewer manager, is back on the Angels staff, and we know he loved his team in Milwaukee. Just run, keep running, even if we make outs. So he might whisper into Mike Scioscia's ear, hey, we got to be more aggressive.
Yeah, because they don't have, you know, they're not that typical American League lineup with all kinds of thump. I mean, they've got Trout and Pujols, of course, and Calhoun has power, but they don't have, you know, they don't hit a lot of home runs. You don't figure to hit a lot of home runs.
And a check on Giovitello.
Looked to me like the feed from Russell was just a little bit to the outfield side for Zobrist, and that cost him just a little bit of time. Might have been the difference in getting that double play.
Line caught by Zobrist. Double play.
There's your double play ball.
Line out 4-3 to end the inning. Still 1-0 Cubs.
Every diamond is unique. Like a new relationship, it starts out raw. But after time, hard work and polishing, it becomes something to be treasured. Every diamond has a story. Let the diamond experts at Necker's Jewelers help make this one yours.
Because farm is in our name, you know we're animal experts, especially when it comes to your pet. With high-quality foods like Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs, including Bright Mind with brain-supporting nutrition for cognitive health, as well as a variety of formulas to meet your dog or cat's unique traits and preferences to give them outstanding nutrition. Our history here made us animal experts, so you know you'll get genuine value here. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
They built an empire on a single color.
I'm big and yellow, and I'm serving yellow.
And a whole lot of family drama.
I think I want another baby.
And on purpose, baby?
So keep your friends close and your snacks closer.
I feel kind of melancholy.
Melancholy.
The Simpsons.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
Like a diamond, the story of your love is timeless. This isn't just a diamond for her. This diamond is for generations to come. When they look down, they'll be reminded of the love story that started it all. Let us help you tell your story. Necker's Jewelers. Give to the one you love.
Tonight's fourth inning is brought to you by the Four Winds Casinos. Escape the everyday. Jake Arrieta with a 1-0 lead. Rizzo with a 2-out RBI single in the first. That's the change from Richards.
Check out our Hooters hot play of the game, brought to you by your Chicagoland Hooters, the original wing joint. One run of the ball game. It was provided by that RBI single from Anthony Rizzo.
He got hit last year by 30 pitches, a club record. Stands right on top of the plate.
Yeah, we were talking in spring training, and that his nickname should be the main ingredient, or eggs, the main ingredient in the omelet. You could also call him the king of pain. He gets whacked a lot, but he does not give in, does he? I mean, he just continues to get up on top of that plate and say, Bring it on, boys.
There's a great piece by our buddy Patrick Mooney about Rizzo a few years ago, chatting with Mike Borzello about the scouting reports and how pitchers were getting him out as he draws the walk. And there was a particular thing that was going on, and Anthony said, yeah, I feel like I can handle that pitch. And Borzi said, but you're making outs. And a lot of hitters, if you feel comfortable, you don't want to change it, no matter what the results are. But he did.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know specifically what they were talking about in that article, but you think back to 2-3 years ago, that breaking ball, down and in breaking ball from right-handed pitcher was a pitch he would offer at a lot, swing and miss, or make weak contact. And I think that's the point Mike was making. Yeah, you might see it pretty well, you're making contact, but you're not doing any damage with that pitch.
Leadoff man is on. Bryant fouls one off himself, and he'll limp it off. I think Borzello knows the scouting reports as well as anybody.
Yeah.
Eric Hinsky talked with Anthony as well, and John Maley, Cubs hitting coach. Talk about pitching infrastructure. Cubs have a hitting infrastructure that they're very happy with as well. Huge lead by Rizzo. Oh, and he almost got him.
Richards. If they put the radar gun on that one, I think he got about 94 on that pickoff. I mean, that wasn't I'm just going to come over to make sure I'm thinking about you. This was with intent. And you're taking a little time as they review it, contemplate a challenge.
He will not challenge it. And it's 0-2.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Marvel's Captain America Civil War, starring Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. Divided They Fall in theaters everywhere, May 6th.
Two strikes on Bryant. And the count holds. Go back to Rizzo for a second. It's interesting how it was also posed to Anthony about, here's how I would get you out. It's kind of how it was said to him.
Yeah, because apparently Anthony went up to Borzi on the flight at the end of the year and said, help me out here. What would be the game plan? How would you attack me?
Right. Did anybody, pitching coach or ever come up to you and say, this is how I would hit against you? It's an interesting way to put it. And it tells you how he really strived to just get better and better and better. Was not going to be satisfied with just being good.
Yeah, I played with some hitters who shall remain nameless that if they thought you were tipping your pitches, they wouldn't tell you because they thought there might be a day when they were playing on the other side. That's sometimes that schism between pitcher and hitters is that deep. No, most of the guys just said to me, I would love to hit against you, but they didn't give me any real specifics.
He said, why, thank you. Here's a 1-2, and it's 2-2.
Well, we talked about it all the time last year. Chris Bryant's ability to stay in at bats. Yes, he strikes out a lot, but he also draws a lot of walks and works deep counts. We talked about the patience earlier being a key in this game to try to work some walks against Richards, but also to get that pitch count up. With all the adrenaline of opening night, the fatigue factor could kick in a little earlier. Let's take a look at the Comcast Xfinity pitch tracks. You see, trying to crowd him. Mostly with fastballs. That one, the last one, a sinker at 98.
Well, Russell went from 0-2 to a walk in the third, and Bryant on his way possibly here. lot of guys expand their zone when they get to 2 strikes, but boy, in a lot of at-bats we saw last year, Chris Bryant's zone gets really small with 2 strikes. And he walked him.
Yeah, it's just a great at-bat. And, you know, and we talked about the strikeouts. You know, he doesn't chase a lot of bad balls. You know, he gets beat in the zone sometimes, but he's got a very discerning eye. You see Richards working all around the perimeter, not challenging, and Bryant said, okay, I'll take my walk.
It's Charles Nagy, the Angels pitching coach. So 2 on, nobody out for the 2nd consecutive inning.
So back-to-back walks, but you can't come into this plate appearance if you're Kyle Schwarber with, you know, I'm just going to take a strike here mindset. You've got to be ready to hit. If he throws you something in the zone, go ahead and let it fly. You've got big-time power, and you've got a couple guys on base. One swing of the bat here could be the difference in this ball game. I say that because it's true. I also say it because Schwarber's my pick to hit the first home run of the year for the Cubs, and I don't want him up there taking pitches.
He takes that one low.
It's okay, big fella.
For ball 1. It's all about you.
Yeah, 5 times in the postseason he went deep, 16 in the regular year. You remember he wasn't here all year. He went deep every 14 and a half at bats, one of the best ratios in the game. Go. Garrett Richards throws 98 miles an hour. 2 balls, no strikes. I mean, you'd think he would have to challenge here. Get it ready. It's the kind of swing you like to see on 2-0. Ball just a little bit down.
You can't throw much harder than that and have much movement on a pitch. Two one. 2-2. Soler on deck. You just don't know how many chances you're going to have against a guy like Richards. So missed one opportunity in the 3rd. They've got another one here in the 4th.
We talked about Richards' changeup at the start of the ball game. It's an evolving pitch for him, one he used in spring training. I haven't seen a lot of it here tonight. Usually when a pitcher is backed into a corner, he'll go back to his best pitch, and obviously for Richards it's the heater.
So in this plate appearance, 98, 98, 97, 97, 98. And they almost hit him.
Nice job by Perez. I haven't really seen this kid play, but he looks pretty good back there.
Would not expect the runners to be on the move here with nobody out. Don't want to run out of an inning.
especially with the strikeout potential of Richards. He does get a lot of outs on the ground, but be more fearful of the swing and miss.
Ground ball to first. Little bobble there by Crone, and that helps the Cubs, so the only out is recorded at first. Hey, Cub fans, if you missed any of tonight's action, ABC 7 will rebroadcast each one of its Cubs matchups on the Live Well Network. Tonight's encore, Cubs Angels, will air in its entirety beginning at 1 a.m. on ABC 7's digital channel 7.2 and those cable channel positions. Cornermen will move in second and third. You got Montero on deck. Soler the hitter. Swing and a miss.
Joe thought about Tommy La Stella and not Soler in this lineup tonight, but he likes Soler because of the cutter from Richards that would be moving in on the hands of the left-handed hitting La Stella, but out more towards the barrel of the right-handed hitting Soler. That's one of the reasons why he decided to stick with Jorge here tonight.
And that gets by Simmons. Here comes Rizzo. Bryant will be stopped by Gary Jones. It's 2-0.
What a shrewd move to keep Soler in the lineup. Couple of walks. They advance on the Schwarber ground out and squared up by Soler. Bryant has to wait a little bit to let that ball go through, and that's what convinces Gary Jones to throw up a stop sign. That and the fact that there's only one out in the inning.
Montero struck out his first time. First and third and a run in. Outside for ball one. Cubs have 3 catchers on their roster. We mentioned Schwarber will match up with Jason Hamill early on. David Ross in his final major league season will catch John Lester, including tomorrow night.
Montero will be thinking about trying to stay through the middle of the diamond, keep the hands in, try to elevate the ball. Whatever you can to stay out of a double play here.
RBIs coming from Rizzo in the first, Soler here in the fourth. The pitch. And a look at the Ford upcoming schedule for the Cubs as they start the 2016 season. So we're back here tomorrow night. An off day Wednesday, and then 4 in a row at the Diamondbacks before heading home, the Wrigley Field opener Monday night.
Yeah, just 161 to go after tonight. 162 games in 180 days. The marathon.
You and I were talking the other day just about kind of getting into the rhythm and routine of the regular season. We are creatures of habit, and the players are too.
Yeah, I think most baseball people, I mean, you love opening day, the ceremony, the pomp and circumstance that goes with it. We always look forward to this date. It's been, what, 165 days since final game of the LCS. So we've been looking forward to this one. But, yeah, the rhythm of the regular season is what everybody craves.
Ouch. Well, they're not making it easy on Richards. He's been in a lot of deep counts.
Well, he has swing and miss stuff. He hasn't really used that changeup a whole lot here tonight. So he's you know, his arsenal is lends itself to deep counts. Foul ball, swings and misses. You know, he's out of the zone because he doesn't. You know, when he's throwing that heater, he's not trying to paint. He's just heaving it up there right now. And you've got a lineup with a bunch of hitters who will work counts. These are our pitch tracks. Cutting fastball, just a little bit up and in.
Bryant at third, Soler at first. 2-2. Be pitch number 70 for Richards. Full count.
You see in his body language, he's growing a little frustrated with his inability to locate right now.
Interesting. So,
letting him know with first and third here whether he's going to throw through or not.
Mike Scioscia, instead of doing the typical baseball signage, just using a series of numbers. Soler not running. And that's against the shift. Simmons will flag it down, but no place to throw it. It's 3-0. RBI single, Montero.
Three 0 with Jake Arrieta on the mound. Feels like 10-0. At least it did last year. And Simmons with that great range able to run this one down, but there was no play to be made.
Still only one out. 22-year-old Addison Russell. Swing and a miss. They've got action in the Angel bullpen. This has been a laborious inning for Richards. It's Fernando Salas. Foul tip. 0-2. Over 30 pitches already this inning.
Needs a line change, but he can't get off the ice.
Two strikes on Russell. Season started yesterday with 3 games. Pirates beat the Cardinals. Jays over the Rays. Royals over the Mets. A lot of action earlier today as well.
A couple of postponements due to weather too. Yankees Astros were snowed or colded out or rained out. It was just miserable in New York. Cleveland also canceled their game.
Blue Jays 2-0 already. Dodgers shut out the Padres 15-0. So they're averaging 15 runs per game.
Yeah, that's
pretty good offense. Small sample size.
That's going to be tough to compete with. That's really a waste with Clayton Kershaw pitching. That's just bad. Dave Roberts, new manager's got to know better than that. Got to know better. You can't score 15 runs when Kershaw's pitching. You got to save those for your number 5 guy.
They are pushing Richards toward the 40 pitch mark here in this inning alone. 2-2. Look out.
That's fatigue. fatigue, it's frustration, and it's what this approach will do, just wear you down.
Three-two, got him.
Hey folks, the Cubs will host the 11th annual Race to Wrigley charity run presented by ATI Physical Therapy. It will take place Saturday, April 23rd at Wrigley Field. The 5K course runs through the streets of the Lakeview neighborhood and concludes at Wrigley Field. Cubs Charities will donate proceeds to support critical care needs for pediatric patients in Chicago through Advocate Children's Hospital. Sign up at racetowrigley.com.
Fowler already 2 for 2. And he takes a strike. If you missed it, there were all kinds of reports he had signed a multi-year deal with the Orioles in late February. The next day, he walked into Cub camp, having re-signed to a one-year deal with a mutual option. Theo Epstein said, "I can't ever top this." Surprised even his teammates. They had texted him the day before and said, "Good luck." So he can, if he wants, he can test free agency again this upcoming offseason. And it's interesting timing, JD, because the new collective bargaining agreement, will we see the qualifying offer remain the way it has been?
That's a good point. Yeah, so it's
tough.
Obviously beneficial for the Cubs to get a talented player back in the fold, and Dexter, who, the market was kind of tight for some of these outfielders this winter, so it gives him a chance to become a free agent again. And apparently that's why the deal broke down with Baltimore.
Richards just running on empty now.
That get over curveball to get started, but he tried the change up there and drifted high and away on him.
So this will be the 40th pitch. Half the pitches he's made in this game have come in this inning. And however long he lasts, I mean, let's say he gets the final out here and ends the night at 82 pitches. This might feel like a 115 pitch performance, right?
This much work in one inning, yeah. And that's a lot of times pitching coaches will tell you it's not just a pitch count, it's but how hard you had to work in any individual inning or two. And he's getting pushed to the max here in the fourth.
Called strike 3, and the inning is over. Cubs score twice and lead 3-0.
So what's going on? Possible flu outbreak.
I've seen smallpox scares, SARS panic, West Nile. I've never seen anything like this virus before. This is now a matter of national security, placing the city under complete quarantine.
Dear God, I hope you got to live.
I don't know how this world works in here.
You can make it better down.
We drew a line through the city, tore families apart. But do we really know what's going on? They're deliberately hiding the truth from people.
They lied about it being bioterrorism. They sure as hell are lying when they say everything's okay in here.
I can't let you through there. My girl is in there. So is mine.
Containment begins April 19th on the Quad Cities CW.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com.
Now let's take a look around the Big A. Lots of State Farm neighborhood fans of the game. Here in Anaheim, our good buddy Jeff Garland rooting on the Cubs. Joe Maddon's best friend, right? He's going to get that T-shirt.
That's right.
And Jeff actually assisting us in the booth tonight. What title did we give him?
Assistant to the stage manager, yeah.
What was assistant to the traveling secretary?
George Costanza, yeah. Yes. Same pay grade.
Pat on the back. One strike on Daniel Nava. Good curve, 0-2. Nava 33. Fifth different opening day left fielder in 5 seasons. Craig Gentry will play against left-handed starters. Steve Winkler here rooting on the Cubs tonight.
Any relation to Henry?
I haven't asked. I will, though. 1-2. Jamie Spiva rooting on the Cubs, watching tonight. Great to have you with us. Cubs baseball 2016. We were chopping at the bit to get this thing started. Always like to face Mike Trout with nobody on.
Yeah, that line drive double play to end the last inning was huge. Nava coming off a very tough year. Hit just a $152 for Boston in 29 games. Put on waivers, claimed by Tampa.
Yeah, quite a story. He wasn't drafted out of high school. He was the assistant equipment manager in college before he ever got on the team as a player. Went to Santa Clara, College of San Mateo. Hit a grand slam on the first pitch of his career. His signing bonus with the Red Sox was $1.
Hope he saved it.
Yeah, you hope he didn't need to spend it.
Right? Yeah, it's a great story.
1-2. We'll try it again. None of that matters now. It's opening night, and he's hitting ahead of Mike Trout, arguably the best player in the game.
He had a real good spring, and so he and Gentry will split time out there in left field.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Time now for our Keller Graduate School League leaders. Keller's Graduate School of Management. Learn loud. Top 3 teams in ERA last year, all resided in the National League Central.
You know, they say pitching and defense wins championships.
They do.
What else do they say? They also say you can never have too much pitching.
Can never score too many runs.
We'll only go so far as our pitching takes us. There's an addition to the starting rotation for 2016. A guy who contributed to the number the Cardinals put up and will now ply his trade on the north side of Chicago.
He won't pitch in this series. He won Game 7 of the 0-2 series as a rookie here with the Angels. I think they were the Anaheim Angels at the time. Now they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Newbies. And Jason Heyward, the former Cardinal. As you check out his numbers, Lackey in another big year. Zobrist and Adam Warren, who worked as a swingman with the Yankees out of the bullpen and in the rotation. Got a good arm. Future probably lies as a starter, but right now he'll work out of the Cubs pen.
He came in exchange for Starlin Castro.
So you talk about Trout hitting home runs in his first at-bat each of the last 2 seasons. He's been an all-star 4 years in a row. And in those 4 all-star games in his first at-bat, he's gone single, double, triple home run. Consecutively. Like, just because he wanted to, I think. I don't know what he's going to do this year.
Walk. This time he swings and misses for strike 3.
Arrieta moving that ball up and down, in and out. Jake with that stoic demeanor when he pitches. He's kind of like he's like the Billy Jack of baseball.
Popped him up. Rizzo has room. And that's that. 3-zip Cubs after 4.
Oh, let's go. That's pretty sweet.
The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
This is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in my life.
Hey, it's Kevin and Olivia from B100.
It's time for the latest flashback. Barry decides to travel back in time to get answers from the only person who can help him with the speed equation, Heyward Cubs.
During his time travel, he encounters a time wraith, causing him to arrive earlier than planned. When his past self confronts Hartley, Barry is still able to knock out his past self before going back and capturing Hartley.
Later, after the time wraith appears, Thawne figures out Barry is from the future. He abducts Barry, and after a back and forth, Thawne reluctantly agrees to help him.
Meanwhile, the time wraith attacks Star Labs, but the captured Hartley repels it with his sonic gloves.
Later, when the past Barry unexpectedly shows up, Barry confesses to the team that he is from the future.
Thawne gives Barry the information he wants just as the time wraith returns. Barry lures it back to the future, giving them time to figure out how to defeat it. When the device that Cisco uses doesn't work, a now changed for the good Hartley steps in to defeat the wraith.
All new episodes of The Flash return April 19th.
Brought to you by B100 and the Quad Cities CW.
Monday, April 11th.
I'm not sleeping with Greg.
It's the final episode before the season finale.
If you're getting your butterfly smashed, I am all for it. Nobody is smashing my butterfly. Oh, do it, Greg. Smash my butterfly.
What? Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
All new, April 11th on the Quad Cities CW.
How I Met Your Mother.
Weekdays at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
Barbecue lunch specials daily, 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at Famous Dave's.
Tonight's fifth inning is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank. Jake Arrieta with a 3-0 lead. He has allowed a single, a walk, no runs through 4. And ball 1 on Jason Heyward. Are you surprised Richards is back out?
Mildly, yeah. I thought with all the pitches he threw last inning that maybe they would say that's good for tonight.
So Heyward got an 8-year deal. He can opt out after 2018 and 2019. That's kind of the new thing. A lot of these deals do have opt-outs built in. $184 million. 26-year-old free agent. Pretty rare. Opening day 2010, he homered off Carlos Zambrano for his hometown Braves. Cracked his bat as he rolls to Crone for the out.
Take home a game used or autographed item and help benefit Cubs charities. Cubs Authentics is the premier outlet for all MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia. Visit Cubs.com/authentics to bid on weekly auction items and to pre-order game used bases and baseballs. Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics to Cubs charities. Yeah, because most clubs now, you're talking about Heyward, free agent at 26. Most teams are identifying their younger players and trying to lock them up and take away those free agent years. I think they did have some conversations, I think, with the Braves, right? But nothing ever materialized. So they traded him on to St. Louis, where he spent last year. You've seen it with the Cubs with Castro, with Anthony Rizzo. So the Pirates just signed Gregory Polanco to a long deal, well before his free agency was due to kick in.
Salvador Perez had I think a 5-year deal worth like $7 million that he had signed really early, and they just ripped up that deal, and he was so severely underpaid. Soft liner, and it'll get over Escobar. So Zobrist has his first hit as a Chicago Cub.
A thing of beauty. Escobar, maybe if he had retreated a little more aggressively, might have been able to haul that one in.
So do you think Matt Caesar has heard what happened in the national championship game that just ended a few minutes ago? Because his alma mater stole one away from North Carolina.
I'm going to go with yes.
Guys know?
Somebody from the clubhouse let him know.
I didn't see the shot, did you?
I did not.
Chris Jenkins three-pointer, so.
No, I was focused on the ball game. All my attention right here. Plus, there's no TV in this booth.
We got to keep shiny objects away from you. Keep your eyes on the field. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rizzo. RBI single, a walk, and a run.
Put the shift down in the infield, pretty much straight up in the outfield for Rizzo, and that makes sense. He'll hit the ball to all fields in the air.
Throw! Got him. Zobrist picked off by Carlos Perez. 2 outs.
He can throw a little bit. Threw out just shy of 40% of would-be base stealers last year. That's way above league average. You see Zobrist with that aggressive secondary lead. And then a great throw from Perez.
One in the first, 2 more in the fourth. And the 1-2 fouled back. You see Rizzo chokes up with 2 strikes. By the way, I'm now told that they didn't steal it. I just meant they maybe tore their heart out with the last second shot.
He kind of meant to.
Yeah. I didn't watch the game, so I don't really know how it played out until the last shot. I'm being corrected in that regard. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
So kind of Barry Bonds-ish, right? On top of the plate, choking up.
Barry Bonds, who is back in baseball full time. He is the Miami Marlins hitting coach. Will get there, and that'll end the inning. Midway in the fifth, Cubs 3, Angels nothing.
Hey, it's Kevin and Olivia from B100.
It's time for the latest flashback. Barry decides to travel back in time to get answers from the only person who can help him with the speed equation, Heyward Cubs.
During his time travel, he encounters a time wraith, causing him to arrive earlier than planned. When his past self confronts Hartley, Barry is still able to knock out his past self before going back and capturing Hartley.
Later, after the time wraith appears, Thawne figures out Barry is from the future. He abducts Barry, and after a back and forth, Thawne reluctantly agrees to help him.
Meanwhile, the time wraith attacks Star Labs, but the captured Hartley repels it with his sonic gloves.
Later, when the past Barry unexpectedly shows up, Barry confesses to the team that he is from the future.
Thawne gives Barry the information he wants just as the time wraith returns. Barry lures it back to the future, giving them time to figure out how to defeat it. When the device that Cisco uses doesn't work, a now changed for the good Hartley steps in to defeat the wraith.
All new episodes of The Flash return April 19th.
Brought to you by B100 and the Quad Cities CW.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Keller Graduate School of Management. Learn loud.
And our Keller Graduate School of Management stat of the game. Go back to 2012, his first opening day start, and he was terrific. Different pitcher though now.
Yeah, well, I think the guy in Baltimore was terrific sometimes and then would lose his way. The guy that showed up in Chicago has been pretty much terrific throughout his time here.
Calhoun, Crone, and Simmons. So we open here in Anaheim. The Cubs playing the American League West, plus the White Sox as the interleague part of their schedule. Cubs will play here in Oakland, in Houston. The Rangers, the Mariners, and Angels will all come to Wrigley. I've kind of hemmed and hawed on interleague play, and ultimately I like it because I like being able to see Mike Trout in person.
Yeah, and that was a big reason for implementing interleague play, so fans from opposite leagues could see the star players from all around the game.
Albert Pujols will make his return to Wrigley Field in August.
It does create some inequities in the schedule. Some teams at the end of the day can make a case that, well, these guys had a little bit weaker schedule than we did.
Well, it's all about this year, but a couple of things about last year that we should note. The Cubs were the third best team record-wise in their division. They dispatched both the Pirates and the Cardinals in the playoffs before losing to the Mets in the NLCS. The Cubs finished 13 games ahead of the Giants in the wild card race. 13. I don't know if we'll see that ever again. That spread between the second wild card and the rest of the field.
I mean, it was just to have three teams in one division play at such a high level is pretty remarkable.
Embrace the target. Joe Maddon's mantra this spring.
But so, the Cubs have had success with this kind of strip it down, build it back up model. The Astros, similarly, the Kansas City Royals, to a certain extent. So now you're seeing the Reds and the Brewers and some other teams. So maybe we will see more of that. In that there's going to be a bigger spread
Not
between the good teams. Yeah. I mean, and just depending on, if you have a couple teams within your division that are in that mode and you can take advantage of it, you can rack up a lot of wins.
Well, the Phillies and the Braves in the East will be in that category. Reds, Brewers.
Padres, Rockies, maybe. Yeah, so maybe that's always been the case, that there's been weak sisters, but
Rizzo to the bag, 2 outs.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Disney's new movie, The Jungle Book. The legend comes to life in theaters everywhere, April 15th. Pay your taxes, see a movie.
Simmons under contractual control for 5 years. Angels gave up 2 top starting pitching prospects, their everyday shortstop Eric Ibar, and $2.5 million to match up salaries to make that deal.
Coming our way. Kind of.
The Angels are in a weird spot because they've got Mike Trout getting into his mid-20s on a Hall of Fame trajectory. But they don't have a highly rated farm system, so if they don't win this year, it'll be interesting to see how they play it. 3-0 Cubs.
So what's going on?
Possible flu outbreak.
I've seen smallpox scares, SARS panic, West Nile. I've never seen anything like this virus before. This is now a matter of national security. We're placing the city under complete quarantine.
Dear God, I hope you got to live.
I don't know how this world works in here.
You can make it better down.
We drew a line through the city, tore families apart. But do we really know what's going on? They're deliberately hiding the truth from people.
They lied about it being bioterrorism. They sure as hell are lying when they say everything's okay in here.
I can't let you through there. My girl is in there. So is mine.
Containment begins April 19th on the Quad Cities CW.
met a human who goes by the name King Shark.
He's heading for Central City.
Let's do this thing.
Tuesday in the Quad Cities CW.
Rangers is on me.
Oh, no.
Tuesday.
I'm trying to focus on work so that I don't fall apart.
With her life crashing down, Liv takes matters into her own hands.
Where is he?
iZombie.
Tuesday at 8 on the Quad Cities CW.
The Chicago Cubs 2016 season continues as the Atlanta Braves visit the friendly confines. April 30th, exclusively on the Quad Cities CW.
I had this date last night. Yuck. But we should probably keep it down. She's still in the bed.
Friends with benefits.
Oh, Phoebe? Yeah, say my name. Say it.
Friends who lend a helping hand.
That's the most sex I'm going to have this weekend.
Should I make sure it's on real good?
It's your favorite friends.
Weekdays at 4:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
And tonight's Cubs historic moment brought to you by State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com. Tuffy Rhodes on this date, 1994.
Oh, my goodness, Rhodes!
3 bombs off Doc Gooden for Tuffy Rhodes. In a year, he ended up hitting 8 total.
And a little salam from his teammates.
269 at-bats that year, but what a special day for Tuffy Rhodes.
Right-hander Fernando Salas will be the Angels' first reliever to work this season. Yeah, Tuffy Rhodes ended up having quite a career in terms of home runs in Japan.
Yeah. Lit it up pretty well over there. Salas, a veteran right-hander, good solid piece in this Angel bullpen.
And this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Richards, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks. He struck out 7. He had that long 40-plus pitch 4th inning. Yeah, guessing he's not a very comfortable at bat. Garrett Richards.
No, yeah. 98 and with a certain degree of, I'm not sure if he knows where it's going. Hitters tend not to feel very comfortable against that. But again, the key to this game is the Cubs' patient approach, especially in that 4th inning when he worked those walks, forced him to throw all those pitches, so they got to make this early move to the bullpen.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com.
Schwarber swings and misses. So the Cubs on opening day last year did not have Schwarber. They didn't have Bryant. They didn't have Russell. Ooh, 0-2. Russell 22, Schwarber 23, Bryant 24, Rizzo and Heyward 26. I think that's the other thing Jason Heyward mentioned when he signed, is he looked at a young core that
Yeah.
Could be together for a long time.
Chance to do damage for a number of years throughout the length of that contract.
Soler 24 on deck.
It's a nice changeup that Salas features. He's been in the league since 2010. Came up with the Cardinals. This is his third year here in Anaheim.
And oh, by the way, Wilson Contreras, 23. Albert Almora, 21. They're not even here yet.
Yeah, a couple of kids with significant upside.
Strike 3 called. Time for the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group standings. So this is July 29th through the end of last season. The Cubs had the best record in baseball. Obviously, it coincided with a lot of things, including Jake Arrieta's second half. Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. Well, we saw a lot of that prospect talent this spring, and that's the other thing. The Cubs have a lot of inventory if they want to go out and make a midseason deal. They did trade Starlin Castro, part of their previous core, to get Adam Warren, but that's it. They didn't give up anybody else in all these acquisitions.
Yeah.
They were free agent signings. Gave up a couple draft picks.
Yeah, they are well positioned if they need to make a move at the trade deadline. Whoa! Oh, that bounced right into the heart of the strike zone. Vladimir Guerrero would have killed that pitch. He would have been all over this thing. Watch where it ends up. I mean, this thing is right down the middle.
Oh, you're right. Well, that'd have been a good pitch in cricket.
Cricket, yeah, you gotta protect the wicket.
There's another one. 3-1. I think it was Jed Hoyer who was quoted recently, and he said, our job, I mean, Theo Epstein, Jed Hoyer, the front office, our job's to kind of worry, try to figure out what our team looks like. And there may be privately some things where you go, well, this area could maybe improve a little bit, but I do think there was something to be said for not overdoing it, right, in the offseason, and kind of letting this team play a little bit, and then 2 or 3 months in going, okay, here's what we really need.
Absolutely. You worry, you're prepared to react. And the guys they brought in too are, their reputations around the game are good teammates. When you see John Lackey from the other side, we saw him in a Cardinal uniform. There are times when he's a little irascible, but his teammates love him. He's a great competitor. Nothing wrong with being a little nasty out there. Joe Maddon was talking about it this spring. He said he's just a different guy when he goes out on the mound. He takes that edge out there with him in the clubhouse. A great teammate. Same for Zobrist, same for Heyward.
And in Lackey's case, you only commit 2 years. They decided to give the long-term deal to the position player Heyward and not the starting pitcher, which they did last year with John Lester. So Soler takes the walk.
Soler's had a nice night. RBI single, now works the 2-out walk. Joe putting his lineup together here tonight. You know, you got switch hitter Fowler at the top of the order, then Heyward from the left side, switch hitter Zobrist, lefty Rizzo, and then it's left, right throughout the rest of the lineup. Really presents matchup problems for managers late in games as he tries to work his bullpen. And not just that they hit from, you know, opposite sides of the plate as you work your way through that lineup, but all these guys have power. They can do damage.
One and 0 the pitch. Now 1-1. Might be close to a sellout here tonight. Angels Stadium. Opened in 1966. Capacity here was about 65,000 from 1980 to 96. It was a multi-purpose stadium. They shared it with the Rams. They had big renovations. Now it holds about 45. Will it hold this ball? No! A home run! Two-run shot, Miguel Montero.
There's your 8-hole hitter. Well, if you had Miggy in the office pool for the first home run, congratulations, you're a winner. 2 quick strikeouts, then Soler works the walk, and Montero delivers the long ball.
5-0.
Cubs have walked 4 times tonight. 3 of those have come around to score. Lean back.
Foul strike on Russell. Deep center, Trout just onto the warning track. And that'll end the inning. 2-run blast, Montero, 5-0.
Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware has multiple services to help you. From key cutting, pipe cutting and threading, sharpening services, paint mixing, and lamp repair. Services beyond the ordinary at Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware in Davenport.
Man, I might just chill tonight.
Puppy monkey baby. 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 Puppy monkey baby.
Mountain Dew Kickstart. Dew, juice, caffeine.
Let's face it, it can be hard to find a qualified mechanic you can trust, but look no further. At Chuck's Auto Service, our staff of professionals use state-of-the-art diagnostics to quickly identify and resolve any potential problems. More than that, we believe in preventive maintenance to keep your car running at peak performance, and that saves you money. Our computerized check-in system keeps a complete history of work performed and even sends you messages to keep you in the loop, too. Tires, brakes, oil changes, engine repair, and more. Trust your vehicle to Chuck's Auto Service in Rock Island, your computerized automotive specialists.
Grandioso. Colossal. Jumbo. The Jumbo Collection from the Illinois Lottery. Win up to $3 million instantly. Get ready to live large.
Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware has over 70 years of knowledge and can help you with all of your window needs. We can repair windows, screens, and thermopane windows. Services beyond the ordinary at Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware in Davenport.